On tonight's episode of the podcast, we are bringing you some non-spoiler reviews as we chat about Avatar, Fire and Ash. How was the return trip to Pandora? We're going to chat about it. Over on the adaptive book to movie side, The Housemaid dropped. Sydney Sweeney, Amanda Seyfried. Was it any good? We're going to chat about it. I also got to see an early screening of We Bury the Dead, the new Daisy Ridley movie that they're posing as a zombie film. I'm going to get into that more with you. Over on the TV side, Pluribus finally finished. How did that finale stick? And I checked out a bunch of stand-up comedy specials. Dave Chappelle's new one, Kevin Hart's new one, and Kumail Nanjiani's new one. Which one was the best? You might be surprised. All that and a whole bunch more coming up right now on a brand new episode of Am I on the Air? All right. What is going down, everybody? Welcome back to another brand new edition of Am I on the Air? My name is DONMEGA. I am your host, and I'm so happy that you're here to join me once again to get caught up with all the latest and the greatest when it comes to entertainment news and television, movies, and non-spoiler reviews. You come right here on a week-by-week basis to get caught up with it all. Tonight, it's season 31. It's episode 4. And tonight's show is titled Dream as One. We're going to be breaking down the news from December the 17th through today, December the 24th. That's right. I am broadcasting live on Christmas Eve. Can you believe it? I know my family can't believe it that I'm over here taking the time out on Christmas Eve to record this damn podcast. Guys, I was actually supposed to do the show last night. I record on Tuesday nights. That would have been yesterday, December the 23rd. I was getting the news ready. I was putting the show notes together, and I was just so exhausted. And as I was putting the notes together on my comfy couch, watching TV with the cool breeze rolling in through the window, I zonked out, man. I passed out. I woke up at like 12:30 in the morning, and I said, well, I guess I'm not recording the show tonight. So that's what happened there. And but I wanted to make sure, because I had a lot to talk about, man. So I wanted to make sure that I came back tonight and knocked this out. I really wanted to stay on pace. So I know I'm a day late, but, day late is better than never. I didn't want to skip a whole week, and I didn't want to get into Christmas. I just wanted to knock it out. So I'm here on Christmas Eve. It is about 11 p.m., and everybody's starting to get ready to go to bed. Santa's on his way, and I still have some wrapping to do, so I got to get through this show. So let's get on into it, man, and thank you for joining me on this December the 24th. I got 3 movies to talk about. I got a couple TV events to talk about. Then, of course, we'll get caught up with the latest and greatest when it comes to entertainment news. All right, so let's jump on into it. Of course, the first movie we're going to chat about is the number 1 movie in the world. It is Avatar, Fire and Ash. I've been waiting for this movie. I believe this was my most anticipated number 1 film of the year when we did our list last year. I am a big fan of the Avatar films. I know for some reason these films are just loved to be hated, right? It's like you never meet another Avatar fan. Everyone hates this franchise, but somehow the 2 movies are the biggest movies of all time. So obviously people went to watch it over and over and over again. So I don't really get the hate. It kind of just trips me out. But I love these movies, man. And this dates back, like way back. My very first Comic-Con that I went to was back in 2008, I believe. And at that Comic-Con, I won an event to go to an Avatar private party with James Cameron, with Sigourney Weaver, Zoe Saldana. They were all there. It was on this penthouse down in San Diego, and I got to play the video game like way before it came out. Got to, shake hands, meet some stars, had an open bar, got real drunk. It was a good time. But I was able to win that. I saw the very first footage of Avatar in 3D in Hall H at Comic Con, and I was blown away. And when that movie came out, it was something unlike we've ever seen before. I absolutely love that first movie. It's just 3D technology that I've just never experienced. It just was so immersive, right? Everybody was using 3D to be like a gimmick. Things are coming out the screen at you. But he used 3D in such a beautiful way where it was just, you felt the environment, and it just worked on such a big level. And I saw that first movie so many times. And then unfortunately, he started to work on the sequels, and it was just delay after delay after delay. It was like they're never going to come out. Finally, a couple years ago, we got Avatar: The Way of Water. And, it was like, what, 12, 13 years after that original movie? It was insane. So went and checked out Way of Water and loved it. I think I love Way of Water even more than the first movie. It's so beautiful. It's so good. It was such a awesome feeling to go back to Pandora after all those years. And I love it. I love this franchise. So a couple more years have gone by, and now we have the third Avatar film here, Fire and Ash. And went to the IMAX, went to the 3D IMAX, of course, because that's the only way you should be watching these films, is the biggest screen possible in 3D, the way it was intended. And right off the rip, I loved it. I just love this franchise. I don't know what they could have done to make me hate it. It was great to be back with these characters. I love just the feeling the movie gives, right? Like, it's just such awe and wonder, even though we've been in this world now for a while. I will say though, and this is just, when you have a trilogy now, we need to rank them, right? Like, how would you rank these three films against each other? And as of right now, I would put Avatar: Fire and Ash in the third spot. Like, I'd probably go Way of Water, the original film, and then Fire and Ash. And that's not to knock Fire and Ash. I just feel like I like the other two movies more. This movie is very long. It's 3 hours and 18 minutes. And sometimes you feel it. Way of Water was over 3 hours, and I don't think I ever felt it in that movie, ever. That movie's pacing is beautiful, on point. This movie here, I think it did lull at points, and I think there was some stuff they could have took out. But overall, it was still amazing. It was still amazing. It was cool to see the evolution of the characters, where things go. You could tell this is really a direct sequel to Way of Water in the grand scheme of things. It picks up pretty much right after that movie. In the wake of the devastating war against the RDA and the loss of their eldest son, Jake Sully and Neytiri face a new threat on Pandora, the Ash People, a violent and power-hungry Na'vi tribe led by the ruthless Varang. Jake's family must fight for their survival in the future of Pandora in a conflict that pushes them to their emotional and physical limits. Of course, Sam Worthington back as Jake, Zoe Saldana back as Neytiri, Sigourney Weaver back as Kiri, Stephen Lang back as Quaritch, Jack Champion as Spider, Kate Winslet as Ronal, Cliff Curtis as Tanawari. You have everybody back in this one here. The new addition is Varang. Varang is the villain, right? You see her. She's the leader of the Ash People, played by Una Chaplin. And she is the standout here. She is phenomenal. Like, phenomenal. And the Ash People are so cool. It's such a unique change from what we've seen with these other Na'vi tribes. She is so cool, and I would love to see more of her. Yeah, man, I don't know what much else to say without getting into spoilers. This movie, again, I feel like with Avatar, you either like them or you don't, right? If you like the other two movies, you're definitely going to like this one. If you're not a fan of the other two movies, I don't see how this one's the one that wins you over. It's more of the same. You have to really vibe with these characters, with the environment, with what you're looking at on screen. And if that doesn't connect with you, then I don't see how this movie connects with you. But if you like the other ones and for some reason you're on the fence, there's no reason to. You're gonna love it. And again, this is a theatrical experience. I own the other two Avatar films and I've watched them at home, and just does not have the same oomph that it does in the movie theater, because you can't watch it in 3D at home, and no matter how big your screen is at home, it's not an IMAX. It just doesn't equate. It's still beautiful, but it's a step down. So for those people that are just waiting, I don't say wait, man. This is what movie theaters are built for, and you should definitely check this one out. So Avatar Fire and Ash was a fun return trip to Pandora. We will see where it goes from here, man. You know, they had originally talked about Avatar 4 and 5 coming soon as well. They even have release dates. But if you see James Cameron on the red carpet lately for this film and they ask him about 4 and 5, he's kind of pumping the brakes at this point. I think he wants to take a break. I think, you know, he had bigger ambitions, and after being stuck in Pandora himself for the last 20 plus years, he's kind of like, hey, you know, there's other stuff I want to do with my life. He's an older guy, and I don't know, he probably is like, dude, I don't know how much more time I have in this world. You know, do I just stay and keep working on Avatar films, or do I do some other passion projects? So I think he wants to do some other things. So even though people are advertising that a 4 and a 5 are coming, I don't know how much stock to buy into that at this point. So we will see, man. I think at the end of the day, it's going to come down to money, right? If this is another, you know, $2 billion movie, then I think we're definitely getting 4 and 5. If this one tops out at $1 billion or under, then I think we're done here. So we will see, man. You know, it's off to a pretty good start. Not as strong as Way of Water was. But again, you know, when people point that out, I have to point out myself that Way of Water was so far after the original movie, man. There was a factor there of people saying, hey, I remember this from 12 years ago. We should go watch this in the theater, and people being so locked in to go back to Pandora. For this movie, it's only been a couple years, so I think the nostalgia aspect of it isn't as strong as it was going from 1 to 2 as it is from 2 to 3. So I think that's why there's a little bit of a drop there. Plus, you know, movie theater viewings are just down overall. So, but it's still doing pretty good, man. I think it's going to be over 500 million just this weekend. So I think within the next, you know, week, it'll probably hit $1 billion. So it's well on its way. But for me, Avatar Fire and Ash, another 5-star banger. 5 out of 5, baby. You know, all these movies are 5 out of 5, and they deserve it. So that's Avatar Fire and Ash. Went back to the theater last weekend to check out The Housemaid. This is one based on a best-selling book. Heard nothing but good things from people that have read the book. My wife read the book. She loved it and was really, you know, anxious to see this movie adaptation. I thought this movie had so much going for it. Number one, directed by Paul Feig. He's such a great director, man. I love his style. He's got a good sense of humor, but he can also do twisty and turny, like A Simple Favor, you know, things like that. Of course, the writer of this is the same writer from the book. So you have this thriller, this mystery, right? And then you bring in a great cast. You have Sydney Sweeney, you have Amanda Seyfried, you have Brandon Scanar. You know, it's you bring in some really good people, and you're off to the races here. So trying to escape her past, Millie Calloway, played by Sydney Sweeney, accepts a job as a live-in housemaid for the wealthy Nina and Andrew Winchester, who's Amanda Seyfried and Brendan Scanar. But what begins as her dream job quickly unravels into something far more dangerous, a sexy, seductive game of secrets, scandal, and power. I loved it, guys. I loved it. This movie was awesome. It had the style, it had the thrills, it had the suspense, it had the twists and turns. You're wondering what's what. Your mind's already starting to unravel. Like, what is the bigger picture here? You know, what's the twist? What's the big ultimate twist in this movie? You know, who's in on it? Who's not? It's a mind fuck. It really is. And everyone kills it in this movie. Sydney's awesome. Amanda Seyfried steals the show in this. She plays Psycho like nobody's business. Brandon Scanar, fantastic in this. Everybody comes to play. And I was very happy to see, I didn't know going into it that there's other books in this series. So there are follow-ups here. And supposedly Sydney Sweeney has signed a multi-picture deal. So we'll see where it goes. But man, this movie really delivered. And like I said, my wife was a big fan of the book, and she's not fond of a lot of book to movie adaptations, but we walked out of this one and she said that was one of her favorite adaptations that she's seen. So that is a major review right there in itself. I've talked to several of my guy friends, and they're kind of hesitant on this movie because they feel kind of chick flicky. It is not a chick flick. I mean, it's got some chick flick kind of things in it, but overall, like, it's a sexy movie. It's a thriller. It has the right things going for it. I think anyone can really enjoy this film. So I recommend you go check out The Housemaid. I give this one 4 out of 5 stars. And then this past Monday, I went to an early screening of the new Daisy Ridley movie, We Bury the Dead. Now, this movie doesn't come out till January 2nd of 2026, so we're still a couple weeks away from this one dropping, but I was able to see an early showing of it, and I really liked the trailer. The trailer looks like this post-apocalyptic zombie movie, right? And they put a lot of good stuff in that trailer. And unfortunately, I feel like all the good stuff in this movie is in the trailer. It's definitely kind of a bait and switch. So the log line for We Bury the Dead is after a catastrophic military disaster, Ava searches for her missing husband, but what she finds is far more terrifying. So Daisy Ridley plays Ava. She is on the search for her husband, who is in Australia on a business trip. And Australia, there's this military event that happens that basically it's like a pulse signal that emanates over Australia and pretty much kills everybody instantly, right? Just fries your brain and you die. So she goes to be a volunteer for body retrieval, right? Like where they're going into the houses and they're pulling out all the bodies of all the people that have died. As they're starting to do this, they find out that some of the people that died are coming back to life, hence the zombie-ish aspect of it, but they're not zombies in this movie. It's something else that, because it's like a radio signal that killed them, it's like your brain kind of comes back online, right? But then you're in like a zombie state, so, some people are violent, some people are chill. You never know what you're going to get. Brendan Thwaites is in this. I really like him, man. He was great in Titans as Robin and Nightwing. I think he's a really solid dude. And he's really good in this as well. But this is really about Daisy Ridley, and she's on this path trying to find her husband, and which, it seems silly in the aspect of the movie that she'd be looking for him, being that pretty much everybody died or came back as a zombie. So I don't know what she was really looking to find. But this movie, man, I was scratching my head a little bit at the end because I was like, I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. Overall, it was okay to good. Daisy's great in it. It just doesn't have enough scares. It was just built up to be this big horror zombie movie, and it's really not at the end of the day. It really isn't. So I felt a little bait and switchy. It does have some cool scares. With the people, when they kind of go into zombie mode, there's a really cool kind of thing they do with the audio of it that I thought was really interesting. So it has its moments for sure. And at the end of the day, I'm going to give this one 3 out of 5 stars. I kind of wanted to lean more towards a 2-star, but I didn't hate watching it. It was a decent ride, and I think if I went in a little bit more blind and wasn't expecting such a big horror zombie movie, I wouldn't have been as disappointed. I just think the marketing was a little off for this one, but it's a decent watch, man. It's a decent watch. You just have to go in with certain expectations and not expect, a ton of zombie kills or horror kind of coming off this thing. So, like I said, I'll land at 3 out of 5 stars for We Bury the Dead. And that's what we got on the movie side. Over on the TV side, real quick, Pluribus, the awesome Apple TV Plus show, just ended yesterday. Its finale episode. It is already renewed for season 2. I can't wait. I thought it was a pretty solid finale. I love this show. It was a great, solid season. There was a couple episodes that were a little but overall, really unique, really strong, and I can't wait to see where they go from here with this show. So I know this is one of the pop culture shows right now. A lot of people are talking about it, and I know a lot of people are waiting to binge it, so I'm letting you know it's all out now, so you can go binge, I believe, all 8 episodes at this point on Apple TV. Now, on the TV side, other than that, I went into kind of a binge over the weekend of a bunch of comedy specials, because Dave Chappelle dropped an out of nowhere comedy special, I believe on Friday, called The Unstoppable. They had the big Jake Paul fight on Netflix, and then right after it was just like, surprise, Dave Chappelle has a new stand-up special. So I was like, cool, let's check it out. I love the Dave Chappelle stand-up specials. I really did not care for this one. I found it very boring. I found it just lulling, man. Like, I mean, there's still some laughs in it, but compared to his other work, this one was kind of a letdown for me, man. So I'm not really recommending this one, honestly. So, but I did check that one out. Then over the weekend, I checked out Kevin Hart's new one on Netflix called Acting My Age. This one was pretty cool, man. This one was pretty funny, pretty solid. I think if you like Kevin, you're going to like this one. I know some people don't like Kevin, and if you don't, you probably will find this one annoying as well. But I really liked it, especially because he's around my age. So a lot of the stuff he's talking about, I found pretty funny and relatable. So I did like this one a lot. And then over on Hulu, they dropped the new Kumail Nanjiani special, Night Thoughts. And I love Kumail, man. Pretty much anything he pops up in, I absolutely love. And so when I saw this had just dropped on Hulu, I jumped right into it. And I really, really like this one. I love this one. Super funny, super relatable. Great cadence. It was great to see him back in stand-up. He hasn't done it in more than a decade. So it was great to see him back. And out of the three, this one was my favorite, man. The Kumail Nanjiani one won the day for me. So definitely highly recommend you check out Night Thoughts over on Hulu and on Disney Plus as well if you have the Hulu add-on. So there you go, man. That's what I got for you. I know we spent a long time just on reviews. We're 20 minutes in, and that's what we got. But it's all good, my friends. So to recap, Avatar Fire and Ash, now in theaters, 5 out of 5 stars. The Housemaid, now in theaters, 4 out of 5 stars. We Bury the Dead, coming out soon on January 2nd, 2026, 3 out of 5 stars. Over on the TV side, check out Pluribus on Apple TV, Dave Chappelle, The Unstoppable on Netflix, Kevin Hart's Acting My Age on Netflix, and Kumail Nanjiani's Night Thoughts over on Hulu. All right, let's talk box office. Coming in at number 10, it is Durandar. Number 9 is Marty Supreme, which came out in limited release. It's going to go wide after Christmas. So that is at number 9. Number 8 is Hamnet. Number 7 is Wicked for Good. Number 6 is Five Nights at Freddy's 2, which is now available on premium VOD. Number 5 is Zootopia 2. Number 4 is the debut of the SpongeBob movie, Search for SquarePants. It made $15.6 million. Number 3 was The Housemaid in its debut. We just talked about it. $19 million in its debut. Pretty solid there. Number 2 is the new animated faith film, David. That one made $22 million in its debut. And number 1, Avatar Fire and Ash, with $89.1 million in its domestic debut. Worldwide, it has already made over 300 plus million. So big debut there for Avatar. And it's expected to only have a 30% drop in week 2 because of the word of mouth and everybody going out to see it for the holidays. So pretty cool there for that. But congratulations to Avatar, $89.1 million. All right, let's get on over to our news of the week. And again, if you want to watch any trailers or check anything out that I talk about, the best way is to go on our X page, x.com/amiontheair, and check out that stuff. All right, coming out at the end of January, there's going to be a new movie coming out called The Wrecking Crew, and this is going to star Dave Bautista and Jason Momoa. We talked about this one, I think, last year on the show when they were putting it together, and I love this combination, man. Just Jason and Dave sounds awesome. The film follows two half-brothers who, after 20 years of bad blood, must work together to unravel the conspiracy behind their father's murder. So this movie is a Prime Video exclusive. It comes out on January 28th. So keep your eye open for that. Hopefully we'll get a trailer here pretty soon since it's only about a month away. Fans of the original A Different World series rejoice. Jasmine Guy, Kadeem Hardison, Cree Summer, and Daryl M. Bell are all coming back together for the Netflix spin-off series, reprising their roles from the Mothership series. The quad appeared in the pilot episode and will recur in season 1. The single-camera comedy will have 10 half-hour episodes from showrunner and executive producer Felicia Pride. Debbie Allen, who produced, directed, and acted in the OG series, will direct 3 episodes of the continuation, including the premiere. So there you go, a Different World spinoff coming soon to Netflix. Daisy Ridley, Rupert Grint, and Sam Claflin have all been cast in T. West's new upcoming A Christmas Carol, the new one he's doing with Johnny Depp and Ian McKellen. We coming out soon is going to be the Extraction TV series, which is a spinoff of the movies with Chris Hemsworth. It's going to be starring Omar Sy, and the show is called Mercenary, an Extraction series. So executive produced by the Russo brothers, just like the movies, but this one again starring Omar Sy as a spinoff in that world. Netflix has released new key art and a motto for their acquisition of Warner Brothers. It's basically stating, defining the next century of storytelling together. More choice, more opportunity, more value. Netflix plus Warner Brothers. There you go. So even though it's not complete, they're getting way ahead of the curve there. We have the first teaser for the new Jimmy Stewart biopic starring KJ Apa as Jimmy Stewart. It's going to hit theaters on November 6th. We have the first teaser for the Muppet Show revival. Sabrina Carpenter will guest star. It's executive produced by Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg. It'll be releasing February 4th on Disney Plus and AMC. So good to see the Muppets back after all this time. We have the new trailer for Tell Me Lies Season 3. This premieres January 13th over on Hulu. The Academy Awards will be exclusively airing globally on YouTube beginning in 2029. We have the new trailer for Greenland 2 Migration. This hits theaters on January 9th. Looking real forward to this. I loved Greenland 1. Monarch Legacy of Monsters. They're going to be doing a prequel series, a spin-off of it. That is officially moving forward at Apple TV. Wyatt Russell will be officially signing on and coming back to reprise his role from Monarch. It will follow Lee Shaw on a secret mission to stop the Soviets from unleashing a new Titan that may destroy the U.S. in the Cold War. So I love it. I love Monarch Legacy of Monsters. I love Wyatt Russell in that show. This is a no-brainer, man. Let's do a spinoff. We'll get some more out of it. Why not? So I'm down. Let's see here. James Cameron, we were just talking about the whole Avatar thing. He is actually writing another Terminator movie right now. So I don't know how it's going to go. He says it's not going to have Arnold. It's going to be a whole new thing. But he's a big guy about technology, man, and he wants to get ahead of the curve. So he is working on it right now. So we'll see what ends up happening with that. We have the trailer for Dracula. Caleb Landry Jones and Christoph Waltz star in Luc Besson's new movie. ABC has confirmed that 911 and 911 Nashville will have a crossover this year in their season. So pretty cool there because I watch both those shows and I love crossovers. So pretty cool to get. Let's see here. They are still, Warner Brothers, it looks like they're going to be rejecting Paramount's $108 billion Hostel bid as they are citing significant risk if they take it. And they said that the Netflix deal is better. So it looks like they're holding out for Netflix. Let's see here. The Russo brothers, they shared a countdown clock for Avengers Doomsday. And Doomsday, of course, is just about a year away when it hits theaters. So looking forward to that as we have that countdown clock reminding us every single day how far away we still are. We have the first teaser trailer for Alejandro Inarritu's new movie, Digger. This is a movie that is starring Tom Cruise, and it is a comedy. Yes, it's going to follow the most powerful man in the world who tries to prove he is humanity's savior before his own disaster destroys everything. This is going to hit theaters on October 2nd of 2026. Sounds crazy, looks crazy. I'm very interested to see what they do here with Digger. The wonderfully weird world of Gumball has been renewed for seasons 3 and 4 over on Hulu. Jason Isaacs has been cast in the live-action Tomb Raider series alongside Sophie Turner and Sigourney Weaver. Sean Levy's Star Wars Starfighter has wrapped filming, starring Ryan Gosling, Flynn Gray, Matt Smith, Mia Goth, Aaron Pierre, Amy Adams, and Simon Bird. This movie is slated to hit theaters on May 28th, 2027. So we still got a long time for that one. Matthew McConaughey and Zoe Saldana will star in Positano, which will be over on Netflix. It's a new romance that's going to be set in Italy. And the director of Tuner, Daniel Rower, is set to direct. We have your first look at Jessica Jones in Daredevil Born Again Season 2. Good to see her back in the leather jacket. Let's see here. We have the first trailer for Guy Ritchie's Young Sherlock series. The series follows Sherlock's first ever murder mystery case in a globe-trotting adventure set during the 1870s. This will be releasing on March 4th over on Prime Video. There's a new movie coming out called Apex. This one stars Charlize Theron and Taron Egerton. The film follows a grieving woman who is hunted by a ruthless predator in the Australian wilderness. This is going to come out April 24th on Netflix. A trailer dropped the other day for a movie called The Sheep Detectives with Hugh Jackman, and I laughed it off and I said, why the fuck would Hugh Jackman do a movie called The Sheep Detectives? This looks so dumb, so pathetic. And then I watched the trailer and I laughed quite a bit and I said, fuck me, I'm stupid. This is going to fucking make a killing. I didn't know before watching the trailer that the sheep were going to talk, and that's all I needed, man. Talking animals, they got me. So the first trailer for The Sheep Detectives dropped, starring Hugh Jackman, Bryan Cranston, Patrick Stewart, Nicholas Galitzine, and Emma Thompson. The film follows a flock of sheep who must solve the brutal murder of their shepherd. This hits theaters May 8th of 2026. It looks really damn funny, man. I couldn't believe it. I was talking so much shit, and then I watched this trailer, and I was like, never mind, I'm in. So check it out, the Sheep Detectives trailer. Pretty damn funny. We have the final trailer for Anaconda. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, my God. Jack Black, Paul Rudd. I'm so excited for this movie. It comes out tomorrow on Christmas Day. I already have my tickets for Friday just because Christmas is going to be really busy. So Friday night, we'll be going and checking out Anaconda. So we'll definitely be talking about this one on next week's show. John Bernthal was talking about working with Tom Holland in both The Odyssey and Spider-Man. And he says, it was such a joy. He goes, I love Tom. It was great to be back with him. We did the Christopher Nolan movie together and then right into Spider-Man. And they had a blast. So that's pretty cool there. I can't wait to see John in Spider-Man Brand New Day. Let's see here. Paul King is set to direct the Labubu movie for Sony. This is the guy that did the Paddington movies. So who knows, man? Maybe the Labubu movie will turn out pretty decent. We have the first official teaser for Love Me, Love Me. This will be streaming in February on Prime Video. We have the new trailer for The Breadwinner. This is Nate Bargatze's new movie with Mandy Moore. This hits theaters on March 13th. It looks pretty fun, man, but it also does look like a streaming movie, so I'm pretty shocked this is going to theaters, but it looks pretty funny, man. I'm definitely down to check this one out. I love Nate Bargatze, by the way. Check out his stand-up specials if you haven't seen him before. Emma Stone, her new movie Begonia is going to start streaming on Peacock starting on December 26th, so just a couple days away, and you can check out Begonia. Mila Jovovich's new monster movie is called World Breaker, and they dropped the first trailer for that. Elizabeth Moss and Kerry Washington's new TV show is going to be coming out on March 18th. Jessica Chastain has a dangerous affair in the new trailer for Dreams. Sylvester Stallone, there is a new cliffhanger movie coming out, which was originally supposed to be a sequel with Stallone, but Stallone had to drop out, and now he has nothing to do with the movie, and he will not be appearing in the film. Supposedly, he was willing to star, but he needed his fee, which was $2.5 million guaranteed up front, and the financiers of the film refused, so he never officially committed to the project. As the project changed directors and cast, scheduling conflicts with Tulsa King and the lack of the guaranteed fee forced him out of the film. So just a little inside knowledge there. NCIS, Tony and Ziva have officially been canceled over on Paramount Plus after just one season. Several James Bond titles will be hitting Netflix starting in January, which is kind of crazy since Amazon owns MGM, which you would think would put all the movies on Prime Video, but yes, several of them are going to Netflix. The Last Frontier has been canceled after just one season over on Apple TV. That's a bummer. I really liked the show The Last Frontier. It was really, really solid, so sad to see that one canceled after one season. Now, if you went and saw Avatar, you maybe got or didn't get what they were calling the Avengers Doomsday teaser trailer. I did not get it before my showing, and I know several people that did not get it before their showing, but some people did. And of course, I had heard a rumor last week before Avatar came out of what this teaser trailer was. And I was like, I saw some stuff online. I might have saw a bootleg version of this trailer. And then we found out officially what it was, and now Marvel has released this trailer to the public. And I still hate to call it a trailer because it's really not a trailer. I feel like it is just a clip. They're showing you something. It shows nothing of the movie other than like one scene. But it is pretty big because it is officially confirming that Chris Evans is back. That's right. Chris Evans will be returning for Avengers Doomsday. He has a child in this little teaser, which is crazy. He's holding a baby. What is that about? And it does say at the end of it, Steve Rogers will return in Avengers Doomsdays. Now, remember when they announced the big cast, right, for Avengers, and they did all the chairs of everybody's names, Chris Evans was not on a chair. He still, up to recently, was saying, nah, I'm not in that movie, man. It's not me. I'm not in it. And here he is, right? And supposedly the word is he's got a pretty big part in this damn movie. So I'm excited. I love Chris Evans. I loved his Captain America. I see so many people online saying, though, like how this ruins Endgame and they're changing everything and it's just blah, blah, blah. This doesn't affect anything. It doesn't change Endgame. It doesn't hurt anything. This is a continuation. This is continuing his story. Yes, he went off. He had his fairy tale life. He got married. He had a kid. Everything went well. But you know what? Shit's going crazy in the multiverse now, and he's going to get dragged back into some shit. It doesn't take away with how Endgame ended. One bit. Now, I'm wondering in this movie, one of my theories in my head is Dr. Doom collecting the children? Is he collecting children of the Avengers because they're going to be powerful one day? You know, he went after the Fantastic Four kid, Franklin. He might be going after Thor's kid, Love, going after Chris Evans' baby, right? What if he goes after Iron Man's kid, right? There's a lot of kids out there in this universe, so I don't know. That's just a little speculation on my part. There's something about him having that baby. What if the baby's Dr. Doom? I mean, we just don't know. But at the end of the day, what we do know is this movie's coming out in a year. We have this little minute-long teaser trailer that is showing Chris Evans is back. Now, supposedly, this is the marketing for the next couple weeks. We're going to have another little baby teaser trailer that will be Thor. Then there's going to be another little baby teaser trailer with someone else. And then hopefully the fourth trailer that will drop will actually be a real teaser trailer for this movie. So we will see. But keep an eye on our social media. We will post up exactly what it is when it is. So we'll go from there. Apple TV has ordered the new Will Poulter series, Beat the Reaper, to order there. Last Samurai Standing's been renewed for season 2 over on Netflix. We talked about that. And kind of a shocker over here. Over on SNL, Bowen Yang is exiting the season. Now, we know a lot of people left the season before it started. And then now the season's been going for a couple months. And then out of nowhere, an SNL shocker, right? Bowen Yang, who's been on the show for a long time and one of their standout comedians, leaving the show. This past Saturday was the special with Ariana Grande as the host. And that was his last episode. They said goodbye to him and he's out. So very interesting, man. I don't know what's going on over at SNL, but man, it's a lot of big wigs that dropped for this season. So very sad because I watch this show every week. So hopefully nothing too crazy is going on behind the scenes. We got a really cool breakdown for Avatar, cast breakdown, so you can see the faces behind all the Na'vi characters if you're wondering who plays who. Alexander Ludwig and AJ Michalka, one half of Ali and AJ, have joined season 4 of The White Lotus, marking the first new cast additions as the series brings in some fresh lineup of stars. We got also another big article up with the 5 biggest changes made from the novel of The Housemaid to the movie. And I read this, and I actually feel like the movie made better changes than what the book had. So pretty cool stuff, man, but definitely read that and check it out. Kind of a shocker the other day, James Gunn confirmed finally that not only is Brainiac going to be in the next Superman movie, but we know who he is now. German actor Lars Eidinger will be playing Brainiac in the next James Gunn Superman movie, Man of Tomorrow. So congratulations. I don't know anything about this guy. I was actually expecting a very big name star to be Brainiac. But I believe in James Gunn. I believe in what he sees in people. And if he saw this guy read for Brainiac and was like, that's my guy, then I believe this is the guy. You know, I'm looking at a picture of this dude with long hair. And in my mind, if I shaved his head and I look at this guy's face painted green, I do see Brainiac here. So once again, I believe in James Gunn. So congratulations here. We have our Brainiac. Alrighty, what else do we got here, man? Spider-Man Brand New Day is officially wrapped shooting, and the trailer should be dropping here soon for that. Mads Mikkelsen is reportedly in talks to star in Martin Scorsese's next film that'll be called What Happens at Night. This is a new one with Leonardo DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence. This follows a married couple who travel to a small, snowy European town to adopt a baby, but nothing is quite as it seems. You know how that goes. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm just skipping through some stuff that's not really relevant anymore. We've already kind of chatted about. The Rock, Dwayne Johnson's new movie, The Smashing Machine, has an official streaming release date. It'll be hitting HBO Max on January 23rd. So you can finally check this one out if you missed it in the theater, which I know a lot of you did because this movie did not make any money in the theater. So definitely stream The Smashing Machine on January 23rd and check that out. Definitely worth it, man. One of The Rock's, best roles right there, and he got nominated Best Actor. I'm telling you, you gotta check this one out. Alrighty, what else we got? We have the final trailer for Industry Season 4. This premieres January 11th on HBO Max. We have the first official trailer for Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. When I went and saw Avatar, they did like a 6-minute clip from the movie, which looked pretty good. But this is the official trailer. It's about 1 minute and 45 seconds or so. But yeah, remember this hits theaters on July 17th. We have the official Avengers Doomsday poster, which is just the new A in the background there. So December 18, 2026. And then, like I said, Marvel dropped the official teaser there with Chris Evans, so you don't have to look for the bootleg. Ana de Armas and Sydney Sweeney's movie Eden officially arrived on Netflix, so you can check that one out there if you missed it in theaters. People We Meet on Vacation is going to be hitting Netflix on January 9th. We have the first teaser trailer for Peaky Blinders, The Immortal Man, starring Cillian Murphy. This is going to hit select theaters on March 6th and then drop on Netflix on March 20th. Avatar is now officially the highest grossing movie trilogy of all time. So over $1 billion more than Star Wars, which is crazy. But congratulations to Avatar, man. The highest grossing trilogy of all time. And the new movie has only been out for a week. So that's only going to balloon going forward. We have a new teaser for Primate. This is the horror movie that follows a family whose pet chimp gets rabies and begins brutally attacking the entire family. I can't wait to see this movie. I think it looks so good. It just looks like a ton of fun. And this is going to hit theaters on January 9th. So check out the new trailer. There's a new movie coming out on Prime called 56 Days. It stars Dove Cameron and Avon Jogia. The series follows a couple who fall deeply in love during COVID, but 56 days later, a dead body is lying brutally murdered in their apartment. This releases February 18th over on Prime Video. It's a new series, so check that out. The Odyssey trailer passed 121.4 million views in its first 24 hours. It's the strongest trailer debut in Christopher Nolan's career, doubling the debut of the first Oppenheimer trailer. A new Fallout, based on the TV show, a new Fallout Shelter reality competition show is in the works at Prime Video. The show will follow competing players as they run their own vaults and must keep their citizens happy with food and other supplies. Pretty damn interesting there, man. We'll see how that one fucking plays out. Warner Brothers is reportedly planning to stick with keeping Dune 3 on the same day as Avengers Doomsday, which is nuts. Both films, as of now, are slated to release on December 18, 2026. This just sounds like a dumb move, man. I don't know why they would do that. The Legend of Aang, The Last Airbender, the movie, it's an animated movie that was supposed to come out next year. It will no longer be releasing in theaters, and it will now go straight to Paramount+. Johan Rennick, who directed some episodes of Chernobyl and Breaking Bad, will direct the live-action Assassin's Creed show for Netflix. The Russo brothers talked a little bit about Chris Evans returning as Steve Rogers. They said, the character that changed our lives, the story that brought us all here together. It was always going to come back to this. So there you go, from the Russo brothers. Ridley Scott's new movie, The Dog Stars, has been delayed to August 28th of 2026. Described as a post-apocalyptic thriller that follows a pilot living with a dog and an ex-Marine after a pandemic has decimated America. Starring Jacob Elordi, Margaret Qualley, Josh Brolin, and Guy Pearce. Stranger Things back for another set of episodes tomorrow on Christmas night. The next 3 episodes will drop, and then the 8th and final episode will drop on New Year's. The official run times have been revealed. Episode 5 is 1 hour and 8 minutes. Episode 6 is 1 hour and 15 minutes. Episode 7 is 1 hour and 6 minutes. And episode 8, the finale, is 2 hours and 8 minutes. And I'll be checking that one out in the movie theater. So I'm looking forward to wrapping up Stranger Things there. Ready or Not 2, Here I Come, has had its release date moved up by 2 weeks. It will now hit March 27th of 2026. We have the first trailer for Ryan Murphy's The Beauty. This one stars Evan Peters and Rebecca Hall. The series follows detectives who discover a sexually transmitted virus transforming people into physical perfection, but with terrifying results. This is going to come out on Hulu on January 21st. I'm definitely intrigued by this one for sure. The new rom-com, I hate to even call it a rom-com, but romantic movie based on a book by Colleen Hoover. The movie Regretting You, that did really, really good in the theaters just a couple months ago, is now officially streaming on Paramount+. Star Trek Strange New Worlds has cast its Bones and Sulu in Season 5, even though they're only going to be, I think, in the finale episode right there. Thomas Jane is going to be Bones, which I love, and a newcomer will be Sulu. We have an interview up with Natasha Lyonne talking about Poker Face and its ending. Russian Doll may be coming back for another season. Pretty cool article up, so check that out if you're interested to know more. Percy Jackson has found its Atlas. Holt McCanny will play the legendary villain in Season 3 of the Disney Plus series. Over at the box office, Avatar 3 is going to ring out a very Merry Christmas for Disney, as the studio has hit $6 billion in global revenue during the post-pandemic first. That's right. So for the first time since after the pandemic, $6 billion there for Disney. Congratulations. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, $6 billion, especially with movies like Lilo and Stitch, Zootopia, which also crossed the $1 billion mark. This is the 5th time that they've crossed the $6 billion mark, having previously achieved it in 2019, 18, 17, and 16. No other studio has done this. And on that note, my friends, that is the end of our show. I know we're hitting 45 minutes. I hate to keep you guys past 30, but we had a lot of reviews to talk about. So, and again, it's Christmas Eve, man. So indulge me. Thank you for checking out the show, for spreading the love and telling people about the show and doing everything that you can. Thank you so much. I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas. By the time you listen to this, it will be December 25th or later, depending on when you get around to it. But, I hope you have a great day. Hopefully you're off from work. You can enjoy the time with family and friends. Happy holidays if you don't celebrate Christmas. I'm looking very forward to a relaxing day with family, and then back to work on Friday. But hey, we're going to go see Anaconda, so it'll be fun. But hey, man, we got to wrap this up because Santa's coming. So amiontheair.com is the official webpage. Make sure you bookmark it and save it there for all your goodness. You got everything you need right there. Make sure you follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/amiontheair. Give us a follow on our X page at amiontheair. You can follow me directly at DXDonMega. Same handles over on Threads and Blue Sky if you prefer to follow us over there. Make sure you subscribe to our podcast feed wherever you listen to podcasts, like Apple Podcasts or Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever you listen. Just subscribe. Make it easy for yourself. You never miss an episode. Then leave us a thumbs up, 5-star review. It would really help us out, man. It's all I need. It's free. It doesn't take much of your time. Make sure you follow us on all our other social media like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Just simply search Am I on the Air? And thank you to our great affiliates at Red Dragons Radio and the Pop Culture Pros. You can follow them at Pop Culture Pros or PopCulture_Pros and at Red Dragons Radio. So thank you guys for always streaming the show on demand. And once again, that'll do it for me on this December the 24th. Merry Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas. We'll be back next week before the year closes out. I got to start putting my top 10 together because it's getting close to that Am I Still on the Air special episode where we count down our top 10 films of the year and our most anticipated of 2026. One of my favorite shows of the entire year to do. So get ready. Take care of yourselves and each other. We'll talk next week. Merry Christmas. Peace.
Red Dragon!